Hello everyone, welcome back to Pokemon Red. This is part 2. And before we start, I want to address the microphone. If you can hear, it sounds a lot better and a lot clearer. I actually just... I'm sat at my desk now, my laptop at my desk, and I plugged in my Blue Yeti mic into my laptop. So now I have my normal microphone. So I sound normal again, hopefully. But where were we? We just started the game. We have Toad here, level 12. And Pidge, level 7. Not doing so great, because I'm very easily distracted. So let's... You know what? Let's go to Viridian Forest and actually try and catch some bugs. Bugs and other such things. I'm gonna really try hard to pay attention to the game this time. I rewatched the last episode and it was just like, oh my god, this guy sucks. Here's a Caterpie. Oh my goodness. That was a lot more damage than I was expecting, but perfect range for catching. There we go. Easy as that. Worm. I love how Caterpie, like, isn't a worm, really, but I guess it is classified as one. Its short feet are tipped with suction pads that enable it to tirelessly climb slopes and walls. Oh my gosh. Look at that little sprite up there. Scary little insect. Are we gonna evolve this to Butterfree? Why not? Set. Dough. Oh, I can't fit Insectosaur. I wanted to name it after the Insectosaurus from Monsters vs. Aliens. One of my favorite movies from childhood. Insectosaur will have to do. Now, I'm pretty sure you can find Pikachu in this forest. I know you can in basically every other Viridian forest, so let's try and find ourselves a Pikachu. Catch this Weedle first. I do love Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow. Hairy Bug. Yeah, these games are great. They're very simple, straight to the point, you know. Often found in forests eating leaves, it has a sharp, venomous stinger on its head. I mean, if we're gonna be fully evolving this, which I might. Nah, you know what? We won't. I'll put this one in the box. I'll just name it like Beetle, like that guy from the Zelda games on the Switch. He's like a merchant, I think. His name's Beetle. It's in Breath of the Wild. Alright, I'm gonna go drop this Weedle in the box. And then I'm gonna continue looking for a Pikachu. Bye bye Weedle. I'll also heal her while I have the chance. So, PC update. I left it on overnight to try and see if it would... What the hell was that noise? To try and see if it would reinstall Windows. But no. No, it's just dead. It's dead. It just is flatlined, basically. So, yeah. I'm gonna try and get a technician out soon to, fix it. I really hope he can fix it. And I hope he comes soon, because I've had this computer for like 7 years, and hopefully, I mean, there's 2 hard drives. There's an SSD, which is what it boots from, which is new. So it could just be that that is just failing. Which, if so, then that I just need to replace that, which is super easy. But I'm just really hope that my HDD is fine, because it has like 7 years of stuff on it. And, yeah, a lot of it, some of it's backed up, but not everything. And it would be a real pain if something happened to it, so it should be untouched. Because it's basically just an extra storage device. It doesn't have any Windows files on it, so hopefully it shouldn't be like corrupted or anything, but I don't know. I'm not super knowledgeable on like PC hardware necessarily. I'm more of a software guy. Also, I think these are the tiles that if you walk on them you won't get an encounter. They have like flowers on them. Yeah, see, look at this. See, I'm not getting any encounters. Yeah. That's what speedrunners do when they try and get through the forest. They can walk on these tiles because they know they won't get an encounter. At least I'm pretty sure, right? Unless that was like a fake thing. You know what? I'm gonna keep walking on these tiles and see if I can find anything. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I think I'm right. We got Kakuna. You know what? I should be trying to level up my other Pokemon. Realistically, I mean, it is just easier, honestly, to just power level like 1 or 2 Pokemon and have them sweep everything in the game, but for the, you know, the optimal Pokemon experience, you want to try and have a balanced team. Still can't get over the fact that Gust is just a normal type move in this game. I think there are a lot of different moves in this game that are like that. Where they're just the wrong type, basically. Alright, nice. Also, I am playing on an emulator, but I obviously do have this game in real life, so, you know. For me, I feel like justified to play emulated games if I already have the physical game in real life, or I've already purchased a digital copy of a game, you know? I think you have the right to, you know, if you want to pirate games, go ahead. But if I'm gonna, I guess, pirate a game, then I want it to be a game that I've already purchased at least once before. But when it comes to these old games, it's like Nintendo doesn't even sell them anymore, so they're not losing any money. And the resale market for, especially like Gen 3, 4, and 5 Pokemon games is like just so absurd. So overpriced. I see people trying to sell copies of like Emerald for like 200 quid. That's probably in box though, to be honest, but still. It was only a few years ago when you could get a GBA, you know, a genuine copy of Pokemon Emerald on eBay for like 40 quid, maybe 30 quid if you were lucky. I'm very privileged and very lucky to have bought one of each Pokemon game back in the day, before all this insane price hiking started happening. So I think, yeah, you're totally within your right to want to emulate and pirate these games, but yeah, I'm playing on an emulator right now. If there were an easier way of, like, if I could screen record from real hardware, then I probably would, because I do love playing on real hardware. Like, I love playing on my Game Boy Advance. and DS and stuff, but screen recording that is really hard to do unless you have the equipment for it, which I don't. But yeah, I was gonna say, since I am playing on an emulator, I could speed up the game right now, but I feel like that ruins the authenticity of this, so I won't be speeding up. But it may mean that this takes an hour to find a Pikachu. To be fair, we could always come back here in the future. And I'm not sure if you can get Pikachu in the power plant in these games. I know you can in Fire Red, Leaf Green. So I feel like you might be able to in these. But yeah, most of my knowledge of like encounter tables and stuff is for Fire Red, Leaf Green, because that is my Kanto of choice, you know. If I want to play a Kanto game, I usually just go with Fire Red or Leaf Green. But this is special, you know. My goal for this series is to eventually play through every single Pokemon game and catch every Pokemon. I want to have a full living dex. And it'll be really special because every single one of the Pokemon I catch will be have been recorded on camera, you know, would have been documented and uploaded to this channel. And that makes every single Pokemon will have some kind of memory attached to it that you can go revisit and be like, oh, here's the timestamp for when he caught Jinx or whatever, you know. If you have a favorite Pokemon, you're like, oh, when did you catch this one for the living dex? Then I can be like, here, it's this video at this timestamp. I don't know, I'm very into like preservation and documentation and stuff. Let's catch this rat. There we go, first try, every time. Yeah, I'm very into like preserving data and not necessarily data hoarding, but I don't know, I just like to store information. It's the collector nature in me. I don't know what to name this, I'm just gonna call it Bobo. I'm gonna put it in the box. Bobo the rat. You're gonna find pretty quickly that my names are either really stupid, really predictable, or like really uncreative. Incredible. Let me see. Alright, may as well heal. I think we're gonna continue now. In fact, you know what? I might do a little bit of grinding off camera, because, you know, I do have the ability to do that since this isn't a live stream. I can cut things out of the video, boring things. So I might do a bit of grinding, get my Pidgey a couple levels higher, and then I will see you in a moment when I've done that. But you know what? I will see you in the next episode. That would make more sense. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Put the notification bell on if you want to see more Pokemon Let's Play videos. And I hope that the microphone and everything sounds a lot better. It should. I think I did do a test beforehand and it sounded pretty damn good to me. Definitely better than episode 1. I was almost tempted to just scrap episode 1 and like start over, but I thought, nah, I recorded a whole episode. Why would I do that? It's just be a waste of time. Time and effort wasted, so we'll just have to deal with everything sounding extra crunchy and that, but it's fine. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time, and my Pokemon will be a little bit stronger. I'm gonna grind off camera. Bye bye.